239 men died and were all too soon forgotten. On December 19, 1907, the worst coal mining explosion in the state of Pennsylvania occurred at the Darr Mine near the villages of Van Meter and Jacobs Creek in Ross Shaver Township. With only one survivor who lived to tell the tale, this story is all but washed away from the history books. Today, the Darr Mine, the site of this terrible disaster in Ross Shaver Township, is a bare spot hidden in the woods. Mining was one of the most dangerous jobs in the early 20th century, with cave-ins, health risk, and gas inhalation a common concern. These miners went to work every day knowing that it could be their last. One of the biggest concerns was the methane gas leaks and oxygen levels. The mine had poor air ventilation, which allowed methane gas to build up. It was the job of the fire boss to go into the mine to test the methane levels and ensure that the oxygen was being distributed throughout the mine. On that Sunday morning in December, the fire boss had not done his job. He did not check the mining conditions for his men, and this would prove to be deadly. That morning in 1907, hundreds of Ross Shaver coal miners started their day by climbing into the dark caverns of the Darr Mine with very little equipment. One of the major pieces of equipment that was used was a helmet with a small open flame on the front to provide light. It was this small flame that was reported to have caused the methane explosion in the Darr Mine. All but one fortunate miner were killed instantly. The explosion was felt amongst the whole mining community. Although there was an official report of 239 men killed, it was not uncommon for young children and women to sneak into the mine so that they could help their father or husband with work. These deaths have not been recorded as part of the total fatalities. Out of the 239 lives lost, 71 of them were unidentified. Many of these unidentified miners were Hungarian immigrants. Therefore, they had no family who could come to claim them. The 71 unknown miners were buried together in one grave at the Olive Branch Cemetery, just a few miles away from the Darr. The remaining men are buried in surrounding towns, including Connellsville and McKeesport, as there were too many for a single gravesite. The mining industry was a crude business. Major companies, like the Pittsburgh Coal Company, saw each man as a working machine. When one of them got hurt, sick, or died, they were replaced with just another person. Miners were under the strict control of the mining industries. They worked long, grueling hours for little pay just to support their families. Everything from the homes that they lived in to the company store that miners and their families used to buy groceries from was controlled by the Pittsburgh Coal Company. Any thoughts of rebellion were diminished by the local authorities known as the Iron Police. The Iron Police were known to use physical force to control the men. This instilled fear amongst the miners, which allowed the company to have them under complete control. Today, the Darr Mine is just another stop along the Youghiogheny Bike Trail, where some ruins still stand. A granite memorial stands near the ruins to remind people who pass by of the tragedy that took place. The old mine entrance, which was once a large tunnel, is now a small hole in the hillside. This dark chapter of our past is now nothing. The names of those who went to work every day in those dangerous conditions were either unknown or forgotten. The list of casualties is now the only single piece of evidence of their presence in our country. A once prosperous mine is now nothing but a hole in the valley.